What to do with a train caboose in Scottsbluff that no one appears to want anymore? That's now a question for officials in both the city of Scottsbluff and the county. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff Public Works Director Mark Bohl presented the subject to the county board this week as part of a discussion to dissolve a 1997 interlocal agreement between the two on use of the caboose at 27th Street and Highway 26 as a tourism kiosk. The agreement expired 2 years after approval, but also said the caboose belongs to the county, something that was not clear from the documentation of the original donation by Burlington Northern in the 1980s. Board Chair Ken Meyer explains.
I don't want to get into a situation that we got into before where there were some unknown situations that all of a sudden, well, if we don't know what to do, we'll just let the county take care of it. No, we don't want to get ourselves into that situation. And I don't mind dissolving the agreement.
Scottsbluff officials want to work on the location of the caboose as part of an effort to improve the highway corridor. The agenda was tabled for further discussion between the county and city on who would be responsible for the removal of the caboose, whether by sale or other means of disposal. Well, an Alliance man has been indicted by a federal grand jury on child pornography charges. According to a release from U.S. Attorney for the District of Nebraska, Jan Sharp, 38-year-old Tyler Denby is charged in a 2-count indictment for illicit activity on July 30th last year. The indictment accuses Denby of transport of and possession of child pornography. The penalty, if convicted on the first charge, is no less than 5 years and up to 20 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and a life term of supervised release. On the second count in the indictment, Denby is facing a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and also a $250,000 fine. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Compliments is celebrating new looks for you and your home. Come in today and see all the new fashions and accessories from Charlie B, Tribal, Flying Monkey, Can, and now Little Heifer for the little lady with sizes infant through 7-8. From tops and coats to pants and shoes for kids and women. And check out our newest decor, from rugs and rechargeable candles and candle holders to garden gnomes. Plus our newest line of drinkware, Brewmates. Open Monday through Saturday. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. A Scottsbluff man accused of sexting a 17-year-old girl and attempting to have a sexual encounter has been sentenced to prison. 46-year-old Larry Hoff Jr. was arrested in August on charges including sex trafficking of a minor and possession of child pornography. Court records say the victim was contacted by Hoff on Facebook asking for nude photos, and he later proposed a sexual encounter. Earlier this month, Hoff Jr. was sentenced to 6 to 8 years in prison after pleading no contest to attempted sex trafficking of a minor, and will also have to register as a sex offender. Well, a plan to spend roughly $1 billion in federal pandemic cash has won initial approval from state lawmakers, despite squabbles over specific projects. The package would pour millions of dollars into job training programs, housing grants, food pantries, meat processors, a new law enforcement training center, and dozens of other projects throughout the state. The federal money was designated to help states and local governments counter the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. Members of the Budget-Focused Appropriations Committee crafted the $1.04 billion spending plan out of roughly $4 billion in requests for money. And sticking with the legislature, as a bill that would force Governor Pete Ricketts to apply for $120 million in federal housing assistance for Nebraska won final approval from lawmakers, but still faces some big hurdles. Lawmakers passed the measure through a third and final vote of 26-15, with 8 state senators abstaining from voting. Ricketts has strongly objected to the measure, and overriding his veto would require votes from at least 30 lawmakers. The governor has argued that Nebraska has the nation's lowest unemployment rate, and the state only used about 40% of the rental assistance money that came in an earlier round of federal funding. Well, coming after the break, it was a heck of a season for the WNCC lady basketball team. Chris Cottrell catches up with head coach Chad Gibney after their great run at the national tournament.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gearing, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
It's been said many times that life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Have you been making plans to invest in new windows? Renewal by Andersen makes the best windows. It's that simple. And right now, Renewal by Andersen has an incredible financing offer. No money down, no interest, no payments for 1 full year, no payments for a year. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. And remember, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
A tremendous year up at WNCC. To recap here as we get to today's update, the WNCC women's basketball team finished up last weekend with a Final Four appearance and 30 wins for the season. Chad Gibney's team went down to Lubbock, Texas and won 3 games at Nationals before losing in the Final Four on Sunday to eventual national champ Tyler Junior College. The 3 wins at Nationals gave them 30 on the season and wrapped up one of the best years in program history.
Yeah, absolutely. Our ladies played a tremendous tournament and had an unbelievable, the entire season was fantastic. So really happy for them, proud of them, and the job that they did representing, Western Nebraska and obviously the community of Scottsbluff and Gearing.
As for that final game, it was a double-digit loss to Tyler.
Yeah, they were a really tough matchup for us. Tyler obviously went on to win the national championship, and like you said, their physicality, their size just really wore on us. I thought our girls competed so hard, and we did the best job that we could, but in the end we just came up a little bit short.
Well, the names on the back of the jersey at the junior college level are always changing. And with the end of the year comes the end of the line for one of the best players in school history, Clemson signee Alicia Douglas. She scored 68 total points in the 4 games at Nationals, and in the loss to Tyler, Douglas scored 31 points to lead the team. With that effort, she went over the 1,000-point mark in her time with the Cougars, a special player for the head coach.
One of the best players to ever play here. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, if you just look at the statistics, those show. But I think more just the day-to-day of how she works, of how she prepares, of her mental and physical toughness, is what we could be most proud of. Certainly, she'll be missed heavily. But I'm really proud of the career that she was able to have here.
Gibney says the work never stops, and he's already at it trying to get the roster ready for next year. Well, Volunteer Field, the home of the Cougar softball team, was getting some work done late yesterday morning with some home games finally on tap for the team this weekend. They'll have their first home games of the season coming up this weekend, games Saturday and Sunday there at Volunteer Field against Trinidad State. The WNCC baseball team there at NJC today. They'll be at Trinidad on Saturday and Sunday. You've got spring sports at the prep level starting to get into high gear. Girls tennis in town today for Scottsbluff and Gering. Girls soccer on the road for Gering, and upcoming boys golf and track and field meets are on tap this weekend in different spots around the region. Spring sports is here. That's the latest today from the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
The 5055E from John Deere features the value of choice with a cab or open station, two-wheel drive or mechanical front-wheel drive, and transmission options, in addition to easy-to-use controls and loader compatibility. All of this is backed with a 5-year powertrain warranty. The only thing easier than owning a 5E is operating one. See your John Deere dealer for details.
Visit 21st Century Equipment with locations in Scottsbluff, Torrington, Bridgeport, and Alliance. Developing solutions, delivering success.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally, tonight, the Bayard High School Choir is embarking on an adventure this week that will end with vocal performances this weekend, helping mark the centennial of the Lincoln Memorial in the nation's capital. 29 of the 33 members of the group will be in Washington, D.C. tonight, representing Nebraska as the 100th anniversary celebration of the memorial. BHS vocal instructor Linda Pilkington tells us the 9th through 12th graders initially couldn't believe they were chosen for the honor 1 year ago.
They learned real quick that they had to put a lot of work into what we were going to do. So we started working last September on 4 songs. And we are singing America Depends on You and Me, America the Beautiful, My Country 'Tis of Thee in a different type of format. And the last song we sing is God Bless America.
The event Saturday also includes an all-state choir in which Bayard High School students will join others for 2 songs, including Battle Hymn of the Republic. She says there's also a set itinerary of tours of the various monuments and other national buildings, and the students have the honor of practicing in the church where President Abraham Lincoln frequently prayed. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.